stand. I'll have to show it to you another time. It's on Zoom. Mama.
Mom, you gotta mute yourself. Is that you, Mom?
I just muted whoever was talking.
Okay, welcome everyone. I am Aubrey Sells, a senior political science major, minor in English from Huntsville, Alabama, and I serve as the Student Election Commission Chair. I want to welcome you all to the debate. Tonight is going to be full of a lot of fun. You're going to get a chance to see what these candidates are truly about. So I welcome you guys to participate in the chat, but make sure you're not spamming it or anything. And we had a couple of technical difficulties yesterday, so we will be sharing a candidate's video right before we start. So 1 second.
Greetings and salutations. I am Ariana Howard, a freshman nursing major hailing from the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee, and I would like to humbly serve as your Miss Freshman for the 2021-2022 academic school year. A tiger is a symbolism of bravery, strength, power, and valor. My platform is Tiger Tales. I would like to motivate my freshman class to not put your dreams on hold despite the days we might be living in. If selected as your Miss Freshman, I would like my class to see me as someone that they can speak to openly about the things that they may endure. Remember, vote Ariana Howard as your Miss Freshman for the 2021-2022 academic school year. Greetings and salutations. I am
Okay, so thank you for that little introduction. We apologize for any technical difficulties, but we're going to hop right into this day. We know this is what y'all have been waiting for. So with that, I am going to kick it off to the moderators.
Hello, everyone. I am Kaylin McDay. I currently serve as a parliamentarian for the Student Election Commission for the 2021-2022 academic school year. I want to welcome you all to the Fall 2021 Freshman Election Debate. Tonight, you will be able to hear your future class leaders and they can answer all of your pressing questions.
And I am Tracy Geis. We do ask a few things of our audience to make sure this debate operates efficiently and respectfully.
We understand that you want to support your favorite candidates,
but please do not spam the chat with messages. We also ask to keep comments that you do post positive.
So now we're gonna switch over and have our first debate. And these candidates will be asked questions based on their position that they are running on. And the first group of people is the freshman class treasurer. Hello, Janae. So my first question to you is, how do you think COVID-19 will affect your position, and how do you plan to overcome that?
Hello, everybody. My name is Janae Terrell. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I'm running for treasurer. I think that the COVID-19 pandemic will affect us now more than ever because it's actually being picked back up by the variances that are out. And if we can continue to wear masks, then we can get back to a normal school year. Do you mind repeating the question one more time?
My question was, how do you think COVID-19 will affect your position, and how do you plan to overcome that?
Oh, continue to wear masks, maybe hand out masks and see if people will vote for me still. So maybe hand out masks and promote the vaccine.
Okay, thank you. And your last question is, what past qualifications show that you are capable of handling the freshman class budget effectively?
I was senior class vice president, and since I was working on the team with a treasurer, we noticed that you have to be in a certain budget in order to meet everybody's needs. And if you overspend, then you won't have enough in the long run. And I was Rho Kappa treasurer, so I was able to budget that organization in high school. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your
Thanks.
answers to the questions. You're welcome.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, for the next category is freshman class vice president. And we have Kyra Tucker. Hey, Kyra, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Okay, so first question, why did you choose to run for vice president instead of president?
Well, I feel like vice president is just as important. Oh, let me start over. I'm Kyra Tucker. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. A political science major. I feel like vice president is a good position for someone who is new to administrative, I'd say, positions, which I am. I haven't held an office yet, and so I feel like this is a good stepping stone for me, and it'll help me get my feet wet. But besides that, I have the qualities that would make me a good vice president. I understand that every president needs a right-hand person, and the last person in the room is someone that they can trust and someone whose opinion that they actually care about and will take into consideration. So that's why I decided to run for vice president instead of president.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Next question, what experience in the past would prove you are able to balance the responsibilities of a position and the responsibilities of fulfillment of a full-time student maintaining a 2.5 GPA? If you need me to repeat the question, I will, because it was a long question. Okay, what experience in the past would prove you are able to balance the responsibilities of this position and the responsibilities of a full-time student maintaining a 2.5 GPA?
So when I was in high school, I was a part of the marching band, and that experience, alongside, of course, my academics, helped me lean on my personal strengths, which is time management and organization. And with that, I was able to maintain a 3.7 GPA throughout high school. And, you know, I know that this semester may be challenging as I'm just now coming to college, but I have laid out everything that I need to ensure that I can balance both being vice president and maintaining that GPA and maintaining the standard of a TSU Tiger.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay, everyone. So our next category will be freshman class president. And our first question is, explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place. So Trey, go ahead. I want you to unmute and answer first.
All right, well, to begin, greetings and gracious salutations, Tennessee State University. I am Trey S. Cunningham, a freshman majoring in healthcare administration and planning, hailing all the way from the 731, the home of the mighty Tomcats, Brownsville, Tennessee. To answer the question, my platform is based off of John Lewis. He was a representative. He has unfortunately passed earlier this year, I believe. But my campaign is running off of his Good Trouble. And leading the legacy of Good Trouble here at Tennessee State University. When you think of Tennessee State University, you think of all the great people who have went here. And all of those people have committed themselves and dedicated themselves to service. So we're talking about people like Oprah Winfrey, Wilma Rudolph, of course, Dr. Glenda Baskin Glover, a relative of mine, the 116th president of the National Medical Association, Edith Peterson Mitchell. So all those people have dedicated themselves, and I want to run my platform off of Good Trouble because the foundation has been laid, and I just want to build from where it has been.
Okay, thank you. Joshua, you can answer. If you need me to repeat the question, just let me know, because I know it can get kind of lost.
Can you please repeat the question one more time for clarity?
Yes. So explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place.
Okay, hello everybody. I am Joshua Terrell Williams from Cincinnati, Ohio, but I was born in Michigan. My major is psychology with a minor in music. And to answer your question, I want to positively change the institution through supporting and creating network opportunities. I also want to open up public opinion because everyone deserves to be heard. When we're here, we all are living here for 3-4 years at a time, and we all deserve to have a voice in what's going on with us. There are some problems, but we're freshmen. It's been 2 weeks, so we got to all settle in. And then the third thing I want to do is make sure that everyone is checked in. I call it campus welfare or institutional welfare. It means that everybody is not discriminated against, everyone's treated equally, and there's always a positive vibe, and there's always someone that they can go to, which would be myself. So that's my answer.
Thank you, Ms. Rayana. You can unmute and answer now. If you need me to repeat, just let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Can you please repeat?
Okay, so the question is, explain your platform and how you will implement it to make campus a better place.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rihanna Copeland. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, and my platform, I would love to create enhance the diversity on Tennessee State University campus. So with that, regardless of organization, ethnicity, or anything that anybody is included in, I would like to bring everyone together, especially with the freshman class. I feel that it is very important to create a home away from home for all freshman students. Therefore, my major is agriculture science. I would also like to bring awareness to that particular department, but also show that regardless of your department, we all can come together and create a great foundation for a freshman class, and then also create programming with upperclassmen and create mentorship programs, and also create support groups for freshmen that are having a hard time on campus or just wanting to get included. Wow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And so the next question is, what past experience gives you the confidence that you will be able to lead the freshman class? And Joshua, you can answer first.
Thank you. So my favorite thing about high school was marching band. I played alto saxophone, and I loved becoming the section leader because it gave me a lot of experience communicating with different types of people. I also worked at the Cincinnati Museum Center as a project manager during the summer. So I would always organize events on Zoom, of course, and we would do activities with the younger youth and helping with orientation and whatnot. I also did summer camp at Camp Invention in Cincinnati, which was sponsored and partnered by NASA to help children create mechanical robots and to inspire ideas, like your imagination is as high as the stars. So that's my experience, and I'm very optimistic. So thank you very much.
Okay, Rihanna, you can go. Do you need me to repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. You can repeat the question, please.
What past experience gives you the confidence that you will be able to lead the freshman class?
Okay, so for me, I have been involved in several different leadership programs, but also been in charge of several different leadership programs along with creating them. I was a part of a program named Trees Atlanta, which is to help the tree canopy within Atlanta. I also am a motivational youth speaker, so I go around to different organizations and definitely speak towards the community. I also am and was the president for 3 years in a row at my school, past school, Blackstone Academy. And then also I created a dance company of my own entitled Elevated Places Dance Expressions, which is dedicated to teach children dance from ballet, tap, jazz, and contemporary, and teach them that they can be who they are through the arts and just express themselves through the arts. So I feel I can use my past roles to definitely lead the freshman class of 25.
Okay, thank you. Trey, do you need me to repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay. What past experience gives you the confidence that you will be able to lead the freshman class?
The past experiences that I've had the blessing of being in several leadership capacities while running them as well. In my personal entrepreneurial endeavors, I'm the CEO of Cunningham Printing and Company, your one-stop printing shop. I do a lot with that, and I also did some work in creating my own nonprofit, the West Tennessee Leaders in Action. I have served as my Haywood County NAACP Youth Council Chair, as well as the Tennessee State Conference NAACP Standing Committee Chair member. In my high school, I served as my class treasurer all 4 years consecutively. I served as an interim senior committee chairman, interim secretary. For my AFJROTC unit, Unit 10944, I served as a captain and also the director of communications, and then soon after, the director of cadet affairs. More recently, I served as the board member.
Thank you. Okay, so our next question is, how will you actively seek out student issues and concerns? And Rihanna, you can answer first.
So for me, I personally am a very authentic and empathic person. So with that, I have no problem or issue going up to different students and asking, what would you like to see on campus? If there are any issues, I like to create bonds in which that will create the student body to feel comfortable enough to come to me. I never want to make myself seem higher than anyone. I feel that it's a difference between being a leader and a boss. A boss just tells people what to do, but a leader can lead people, but also take leadership from others. So from there, if my peers need to come to me with anything, any problems or anything of that sort, I would definitely build that bond with my student body to let them know that Rihanna Copeland, will be there for you at any time.
Thank you. And Trey, you can answer. And the question was, how will you actively seek out student issues and concerns?
Well, I think having a community, as I said in the Good Trouble campaign, we want to build community as well. Especially with us being freshmen, we've only been here for about 2 weeks. So I want to build community. Let's have meetings where we can talk about things that are concerning you, and then let's go tackle those issues with the higher ups, the people who are, empowering SGA, the top 4 people, and, let's go talk to President Glover. Let's go discuss these things and try to get a, good solution to the problem. And like Rihanna said, oftentimes, it's easy to be a boss, but it's not easy to be a leader. And so, just exuberating my leader mentality and listening to everyone and letting them know that I am here for them.
Thank you. And Joshua, the question was, how will you actively seek out student issues and concerns?
Well, what I've been doing, Ms. McDay, is actually going into campus and talking to people. My campaigning has been great. I've been out all day. It's fun. I love it. And the one thing that I've been asking after doing my TSU introduction, of course, is asking them, what is something that you would like to see on campus? And a lot of the things that have been coming up so far is about the housing. And as right now, we can't really do anything about that. But if you elect the right person in office, we can make something happen. I can make something happen. The one major thing that I value the most in myself and other people who are leaders is the fact that they jump in hands first and they always figure out what's going on to try and get a prime consensual understanding on what's actually the problem, and then trying to find a reasonable solution that satisfies everyone in your party and everyone who supports you. Thank you.
Okay, so the next question is, what type of character should a president possess? And Rihanna, you can go.
Okay. I believe that a president should definitely be an empathic person, and that is someone who can easily bond with others and their emotions, but also a leader can and should have the character of being able to tell your peers when they're in the wrong, or even being without feeling as if you're coming down on them, and then also being able to talk to those around you without feeling as if you're over someone. So definitely having the ability to being able to relate to people, listen to people, hear people, communicate with people, and definitely make them feel as if they're being heard.
Thank you. Joshua?
Can you ask the question one more time, please?
Yes, I'm sorry. What type of character should a president possess?
So when I think of a president of an institution like Tennessee State, I think of someone who's optimistic. I think of someone who always puts their best foot forward. I think of someone who jumps in, talks with the people who they want you to vote for. I feel like to be a good leader, you have to have been a good follower. I'd say that my parents are the best influencers in my life, and I will follow every moral code that they have taught me because they are the number one people who I go to. I feel like a good leader also has to have someone that they can go to for counseling, because not everyone's perfect. No one's perfect at all. But a good leader has to have a good follower, a good base, a good reason, and a good person that you got your morals from. So I would say that's my parents, and you should vote for me because I am a good leader. Thank you.
Thank you. And Trey, the question was, what type of character should a president possess?
The character of a president needs to be someone who's trustworthy, someone who has an open ear, someone who's willing to listen and take those concerns of a person to the right people. And I want to go back to trustworthiness, because trustworthiness is one of the biggest things. That's normally one of the moral collapses in people is trustworthiness, making sure that you have people's best interest at heart. I think that in this capacity, we'll have the ability to be able to serve our constituents, which is TSU class of 2025. And I think that we need to have trustworthiness. That's the foundation. And then we need to build from there.
Okay, thank you, candidates. That was the last question.
All right. For this next category, we have Mr. Freshman. So I'm going to ask the first question. The first question is, and I'm going to repeat it 2 times so you guys can hear it. The first question is, please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place. Once again, please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place. And Kenneth, you can go first.
Good evening. My name is Ken Santos, hailing from the mighty Midwestern state of Ohio. And my platform is Black Excellence, the Tiger Way. And at TSU, our motto is think, serve, and work. And I feel as Black Excellence, the Tiger Way definitely goes along with it, because believing in yourself and believing in others and thinking and wanting to work for others definitely should be something we want to do here, especially as freshmen, and want to continue to instain that in ourselves for the next 4 years.
All right, thank you. We're going to go with Tamari.
Good evening. I am Tamari Murray, hailing all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm running on a platform Clawing for Greatness. And my platform is basically just trying to work hard to get to somewhere better. A lot of us came from backgrounds where we might not have had it all. I didn't have it all growing up, and I was always looked at as like a troublemaker, a bad kid. So I think, and I had to work for what I wanted and what I needed to get. So I think everyone should have that kind of grit in them to work to be better. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Gary?
The platform I'm running on is called Voices of the Heroes, which is basically relating to us as a freshman class coming together, because with us coming to school, some of us are first year college students in our families and breaking generational curses. So with all of us come to school and within the next 4 years, with us majoring in biology, health science, business, education, and all that stuff like that, we can go back to our community and help build it up and everything. And my that's it.
All right, thank you. Next question. The next question is, what are some responsibilities as Mr. Freshman? And we're actually going to start with Tamari first this time.
I feel like the responsibilities of Mr. Freshman is to be someone who's kind of like the face of the class. So you want to always look your best and always just have the best attitude when people come up to you. You should always be approachable. No one should be scared to come up to you, because you're the one who they look at to be the face of of your class. So no one should ever be scared to approach you, ask you any questions. If they need help with something, you should always be able to point them in the right direction. You should always know, hey, the building is over there. You need help, or I can walk you there. You should always just be that one person anyone can go to and need help.
Thank you. Gary?
Like Tamari said, you are the representation of your class. So you got to represent your class to the fullest all the way. So you just be approachable. So anybody can come to you, they can talk about anything. It don't gotta be just about school. It can just be about life in general. Just any way that you can help them and give them advice on your freshman year, like even what teachers to take, anything in life.
All right, thank you for that. And then Kenneth?
Yeah, I would also agree with them, but I think it's also about being a servant leader. You know, you can't lead where you're not also willing to go, and you also should be humble and also willing to be the leader everyone else wants you to be. Not just being stuck up and rude, but also being caring and nice and loving to everyone. Even if you don't know them, being that person they can come to in time of need.
All right, thank you. All right, so moving on to our third question. What is one lesson you have learned that you believe the freshman class could benefit from? And I'm going to say it again. What is one lesson you have learned that you believe the freshman class can benefit from? And we're actually going to start with Kenneth. We'll start with you again.
One lesson that I've learned that I feel like every freshman can benefit from is not to take everything so serious, not take everything to heart. You know, we have a long life, and most of us are really only 18, 19, or 17. And I feel like we shouldn't really get worked up over the little stuff, because we have a long life ahead of us, and it's going to be full of joy and fun. So don't sweat the small stuff right now, and look forward to the bigger things in life.
All right, Tamari.
Can you repeat the question one more time, please?
Yes, the question is, what is one lesson you have learned that you believe the freshman class could benefit from?
A lesson I learned I think they can benefit from is just using all your resources that you have. So we just went through a whole pandemic, and the only thing that really kept us sane was really social media, just scrolling through Facebook or Instagram. So I think using those tools you have can really help. So we can volunteer during the pandemic, but you can volunteer virtually. You can help someone. You can work like a line of suicide line. I volunteered and did that, where I was trained to just help people and just talk to people. And that's really simple. I mean, you have to be trained for it, but it's really easy. So just using all your tools like social media, it can go a long way.
All right, thank you. Gary?
One lesson I would say is adaptation. We need to be able to adapt to anything that's going on, especially with us being here, living with dorms, living in dorms, having roommates. That's stuff that people just not used to. But so we got to be able to adapt to things like that. Like with us actually going back to class after a whole year being online, you got to learn how to adapt, because in this world, it's going to be things that don't go your way. So when they don't go your way, what you going to do to combat that and get over it and overpass it?
Yes, sir. All right, thank you. Fourth question. Is it important to hold yourself to a higher standard when you are Mr. Freshman? Tell us a past experience where your good character shined through. And I'm gonna ask it again. Is it important to hold yourself to a higher standard when you are Mr. Freshman? Tell us a past experience where your character shined through. And I'm actually gonna go with Tamari.
I do think you should hold yourself at a higher standard. However, you should also be humble, because you are the face of the freshman class. You are at a higher standard, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be humbled, and no one should be able to come up to you or say anything to you or be able to coach you. You still should be able to take criticism. I was valedictorian of my senior class in high school, but that means I was on a different standard, but also I'm here to help everyone else. Because I had a high GPA, I tutored people. So I'm also helping the people and bringing them up. As I go up, my whole class came up.
Great answer. Kenneth.
Yeah, can you repeat the question one more time for me, please?
Yes, sir, I can. Is it important to hold yourself to a higher standard when you are Mr. Freshman? Tell us a past experience where your good character shined through.
I want to say yes and no. Yes, we should hold ourselves to a higher expectation, but I would say that comes with the title of being Mr. Freshman, such as once you're named Mr. Freshman, it doesn't mean you're better than everyone else, but it means all eyes are on you and everyone's watching your next move to see what you're going to do. Either is you're going to shine through or you're going to mess up with something, and people are always looking at you either for hope or for to see you mess up. And I would say a time where I shine through was when a time where I didn't really know what I was going to do next with my life, such as junior year when I lost my senior year of track. I didn't really know what was next for me. I didn't know if I was going to have a season ever again. And I just looked for a time with God and my parents through that time.
Great answer. Gary?
Yes, we do have to hold ourselves to a higher platform, but also don't let it get to our head, because since we are representing our class, it's certain things out here that we just can't do because people record everything. So that one little mess up that you do, thinking that was going to be serious, it can get posted and boom, it's all over the internet. Mr. TSU, Mr. Freshman, he did this, he did that. So you gotta make sure you gotta be careful about what you do, but that does not mean you cannot go have fun and hang out with your freshman class and also be relatable. And how I showed my character was that my senior year in high school, I was Mr. Dutchtown. That's the name of my school. That's kind of similar to Mr. TSU. And I was overall SGA vice president. So my leadership has been shown. My classmates love me. They always came to me when they needed help with just anything. Doesn't matter if it's school related, life related, some with their parents, sports, all that. So yeah.
All right, thank you. Last question. What is your definition of a man? How could that differ from society's view of a man? And I'm gonna repeat it again because I messed that up. What is your definition of a man, and how could that differ from society's view of a man? And we're actually gonna go with Gary. We'll go with you again.
A man is being able to take care of your business. And when you make a promise, you got to keep that promise. And being a man is never saying can't. You always try to make things happen throughout what's going on in life, because man, you can't just sit there and fall apart. You can't. You got to be strong, hold your head up, and you got to fight through whatever is in front of you. And to be a leader for your families, being the protector, and let everybody know that you got your back through anything.
All right, thank you. Tamari?
In my opinion, a man is someone who knows they have flaws, but accept those and use those flaws to help others and just uplift everyone. And I think it can differ between society because everyone thinks a man just has to handle everything, do everything, but that's not it. I mean, men need help too. Everyone needs help. No one's perfect. So being able to ask for that help makes you a man because you know that you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, so you know what you're good at and you know what you might need help in. So just being able to ask for help makes you more of a man, in my opinion.
Thank you. Great answer. Kenneth?
Being a man to me is being a protector and a provider for those who look up to you, such as being little siblings or your kids in some point. So being able to take care of those, being able to take care of them in the future is what really means being a man. But also being able to take ownership for your stuff, not just letting stuff go over.
All right, thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, contestants. That was my last question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so our next group of candidates are for Miss Freshman. And the first question is, please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make campus a better place. And Alaska, you can go first.
Hello, everyone. So my platform is the blueprint, similar to the Nicki Minaj's pink print, but instead blue stands for building leadership upon excellence, in which I will plan to do events that will actually boost student engagement, because I know we've all went through that senior year where we didn't have a lot going on, as in sports. We did everything mostly virtual. So I want to get everyone to tap back into student engagement and events so we can all network and prepare ourselves for our future careers in the next 4 years.
Okay, Brooklyn. The question was, please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place.
Okay, so I am Brooklyn Shania Gordon. I'm a freshman pre-nursing major hailing from Scenic City of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I am running on my platform of stepping into success, which means striving towards excellence with persistence and perseverance. So I want to be able to teach the class of 25 that it's okay to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, because that's the same thing. Oh, excuse me. That's the same thing that I'm doing now. So I just want to teach my class that it's okay to do new things that you haven't done before. Yeah.
Thank you. Micaiah, please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make campus a better place.
Greetings, everyone. I am Micaiah McCrary, a freshman Levi Watkins Scholar majoring in biology on the pre-med track, hailing from our illustrious university's very own Nashville, Tennessee. And my platform if you haven't seen, is part of my poster is called BRATS, which means being ready and truly zealous. So my platform stands on supporting our students so that when they get out into the world, they are ready. As Black women and Black men, we carry the burden of having to always be on point at all times. And so part of what I'm trying to do is not only be a leader and an example of how to be ready, but to help and to advocate for students who are trying to get themselves ready so that when we get out there, they know who we are and where we came from. Thank you.
Thank you. Sanaya, please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place.
Greetings and humble salutations. I am Sanaya Malbro, majoring in art with a concentration in graphic design with a minor in marketing. And my platform is based on three main things. Number one is mental health. That basically means that with this ongoing pandemic right now, we need to focus on balancing, resting, and making ourselves the main priority. Number two is confidence. So having the knowledge and ability to educate students in the freshman body, and we continue to make our mark here on TSU as freshmen and also establish a strong foundation. My last platform point, is first year success. So that just basically means that having the tools and resources to succeed academically, virtually, and socially. Thank you.
Thank you. And you correct me if I pronounce your name wrong. Is it Dacia?
Daisha.
Daisha.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I am Daisha Ringo, hailing all the way from the Atlanta, Georgia. I am majoring in agricultural sciences with a concentration in biotechnology on a pre-med track. And my platform is based on Voice of Miss Freshman because I want to make sure that your voice is heard. I will be a listening ear in SGA that you can talk to, you can come to, and just a friendly face that you know will have your back and you can always talk to. I want to make sure we have a fun and safe year, even through COVID. I want to make sure we're having fun while social distancing and wearing our masks. And I want to make sure we stay united while we're creating these memories because this is our freshman year and we go to an HBCU for that family environment. So I want to make sure that we're staying united, creating memories, having fun, and staying true to ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Howard, the question was, please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place.
Greetings and salutations. I am Ariana Howard, a freshman nursing major, hailing from the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee, and my platform is Tiger Tales. Basically, I just want to be a symbolism of what it means to be a tiger, bravery, strength, power, and valor, and also just freshman empowerment, getting to know where the freshmen come from, their life struggles, their dreams, and their goals. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, Ms. Ridgway, can you please explain your platform and how you will implement it to make the campus a better place?
Greetings and salutations. I am Nakai Ridgway, the one and only, coming to you from Mobile, Alabama, where the kings and queens of Mardi Gras wear the crowns. My platform is excellence and success. The reasons behind my platform is to bring together my freshman class of 25. Although the COVID has ruined a lot of things, I feel like the networking that I would put forth as Miss Freshman will bring everyone back together, and my leadership qualities and determination to bring my class together. Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question for everyone is, what are the responsibilities of Miss Freshman? And Micaiah, I'll let you go first.
So I believe the responsibilities of Miss Freshman is to be an example and a representative for the class. And not only just being a representative, being an advocate for the people who are looking up to you. And so as Miss Freshman, I will plan to not only carry myself in a way that makes classes 2025 look good and TSU look good, but I plan to listen to the people who are looking up to me or the people that I'm supposed to be leading and guiding so that I can act as that advocate for you in between y'all and the administrators.
Thank you. Ms. Brooklyn, what are the responsibilities of Miss Freshman?
I believe that the responsibilities of Miss Freshman is to represent the class, to be a leader of the class, to make sure that you're listening to what everyone else has to say because you are their voice. Like you are, like they come in, they should be able to come and tell you things, and then you go out and handle them for them. Like you're supposed to be that person that they can come to. You're supposed to be like that genuine type person and hear out what they have to say and help solve their issues.
Okay, Ms. Sania, what are the responsibilities of Ms. Freshman?
So I believe the responsibilities of Ms. Freshman, backing up what Micaiah said basically, is not just to be the face, but also the voice for the freshman body. And that basically means to be the representative and the face to really demonstrate the passion and the poise that you have for the freshman body. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Ridgway, what are responsibilities of Ms. Freshman?
I feel that the responsibilities of Miss Freshman are not only to be the leader and the face and the voice for the class, but also be there whenever things go wrong and feel like you can always be someone that they can reach out to whenever they feel like they have no one else. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Daisha, what are the responsibilities of Ms. Freshman?
Hello, again, I am Daisha Ringo, and the responsibilities of Ms. Freshman is to be a representative for the class. And when I say representative, I mean someone who the class can talk to and I can get their ideals across, their opinions across, how they feel across. I want to be a listening ear for every freshman on campus. And with that, I also want to be determined and goal-oriented so we reach all the goals that we want to reach by the end of this school year. I also would like to make sure that we just have a fun year. And Ms. Freshman is here to make sure that everyone does the activities they want to do and they reach the goals that they want to reach.
Thank you. Ms. Howard, what are the responsibilities of Ms. Freshman?
I believe the responsibilities of Ms. Freshman are to be a representative, a voice, an open ear, and just someone that the freshman class can speak to openly about the things that they may go through. And also, I feel like it's someone who was there for the Miss Tennessee and to accomplish her dreams, her goals, and all the things that she wants to accomplish.
Okay, thank you. And the next question for everyone is, how would you describe your character? And how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that? So Ms. Ridgway, you can answer first.
Can you repeat it for me, please?
How would you describe your character? And how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that?
I feel that I'm outgoing and I'm a person that people can just come to and I won't judge you based off anything that you've done. It's a situation back at home that happened and I'm always the person that my friend calls on. If she ever needs advice, if she ever needs anything, I will never, if I have it, you have it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Alaska, how would you describe your character and how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that?
I would describe myself as very compassionate and accountable. And I would use a situation as in when I was cheer captain, I realized too, that was something new to me. I had never really been put into a leadership position at the time. And I had to realize that it also takes more than leading to be a leader. You also have to be a listener and very compassionate. And I really had to learn that sometimes it's not about what you do. You also have to be an advocate for other people outside of yourself.
Thank you. Ms. Brooklyn, how would you describe your character and how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that?
Okay, so I would say that my character is a person that can persevere and can get through any type of situations that is thrown at them. So, well, I played basketball in high school and one of my goals and dreams was to play basketball in college. But I tore my ACL and had surgery twice. And I wasn't able to fulfill that goal, but I was still able to persevere and get through all of those challenges and still was able to play my senior year. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Sania, how would you describe your character and how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that?
Again, I'm Sanaya Malbrough from Atlanta, Georgia, and I would describe my character as resilient, but also caring as well. I say resilient back to my platform about mental health. During my junior year, I did go through an entire year of mental health issues, and I did realize that I wasn't going to make it through. And I realized I got out of my slump, and I realized that I was able to push through and be strong enough to do that. And also I'm caring as well because I was cheer captain throughout my entire high school career for the 4 years. And I realized I could be a role model to my teammates and young girls as well, to really just demonstrate and mentor them as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Daisha, how would you describe your character and how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that?
Hello, again, I am Daisha Ringo, and I would describe my character as being determined, caring, adventurous, and something that would recently show that character is as class president throughout this COVID situation last year, I was still able to win class president because my class saw these characteristics in me and knew I was determined. I was going to get what they needed done for them. So they voted for me. And of course, with COVID being prevalent and everything, it was very challenging, but I overcame those challenges and I was determined to make sure that we had a good year, our senior year, and then we were able to accomplish everything we wanted to accomplish and have the events that we needed to have in order for us to be successful and move on to the next level.
Thank you. Ms. Howard, how would you describe your character and how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that?
I would describe my character as very kind, determined, and supportive. And something that was recent that can support that is when I competed at the Miss Tennessee pageant as Miss Nashville Teen USA. And I unfortunately didn't win, but because of how kind and supportive I was of all the winners and all the other contestants, I had coaches that wanted to coach me for the next pageant. So I would say that.
Thank you. And Ms. Makaya, how would you describe your character and how has a recent situation in your life allowed you to exhibit that?
So I would describe my character as determined, driven, and diligent. But one characteristic that I can say I wholeheartedly have that has been severely lacking from this entire debate is honesty. I am an honest person and I will always honestly advocate and speak to the people that I am leading and guiding. One situation that I can tell you about where I exemplified this characteristic was during my senior year. I went to social media to speak honestly and openly and out loud about a student who was making racist and homophobic remarks. And I had absolutely no problem doing that. I felt like it needed to be said, and I felt like it was the best for the student body.
Okay, thank you. Give me 1 second. Okay, the next question is, what is a social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong? Ms. Ridgway, you can go first.
Can you repeat it, please?
What is a social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong?
I feel like that people feel women come to social media about everything. Me personally, I can deal with my own life outside of social media. I don't feel like everyone needs to know everything, your whole move, like your next plan. I feel like it should be a surprise because you might go big on big, and that should be something that someone should be surprised to, not something thinking like, oh, well, she's going to post this, this, and that. I feel like everyone's so used to people going to social media about things that could be handled in private.
Thank you. Ms. Daisha, what is a social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong?
Hi, I am Daisha Ringo, and a social stigma that I think needs to be debunked is angry Black women. We are not always angry. It's a stereotype that has been happening for years and it's not true. Black women are more than that. We are intelligent, we are caring, we are kind, we are wonderful, we are creative. We bring so much to the table, yet you always hear that Black women are angry, and that's not the case at all. And I just think that needs to go out the window because whoever made that, they must not have met the illustrious woman of TSU.
Thank you. Ms. Alaska, what is a social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong?
I want to go based off on how we carry ourselves. So for example, how we may wear our hair, or specifically certain clothes we wear, our nails, it's things like that that people will quickly see and judge like, oh my gosh, she has this on, she's not going to be good for this. So like when it comes to jobs, I know how a lot of us love piercings and things like that. And I know that is something that a lot of people look at as, oh, I shouldn't do that for my profession. But at the same time, that's not something that you should judge me based off, because I could still have those leadership qualities or that quality to get the job and still get it done.
Thank you. Ms. Howard, what is the social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong?
I believe a social stigma that women have are that they can't do both. Me personally, I have a pageant side and then I have a sports side. And I feel as if people, if they see you, doing girly things and pageant things, that when they see you doing athletic things, they see you as different, as if you're not as high as the potential as you really are. So that's.
Thank you. Ms. Sanaya, what is the social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong?
A social stigma that I would like to debunk of women is definitely how Black women aren't mature and how they aren't leaders. As you see, there are many candidates on here that are extremely qualified for the Miss Freshman, but I believe that I possess the passion and the poise that you can use for levels of maturity and also leadership as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. McCray, what is the social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong?
So the social stigma that women have, mine kind of coincides with what Daisha said. The strong Black woman caricature is actually so detrimental to Black women, because it seems like we're not allowed to cry or be sad or be emotionally intelligent beings. We always have to have this straight face and carry the Black community on our back. And I would really like to break that and allow the Black women of Tennessee State University to take care of themselves and take care of their mental health, and understand that it is okay to be an emotional being, and you do not have to keep this straight, strong face all the time. You can be who you are and express your emotions in a healthy way.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Brooklyn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so the question was, what is a social stigma that women have that you would like to debunk or prove wrong?
I guess just the idea that like every Black woman just has to be like that person that never can fail. She has to be like perfect in every situation that she does. And I feel like that's something that people really like put on us. And I believe that it's okay to make mistakes and to learn from your mistakes and learn from other people.
Thank you. So our final question is, what is the value of an HBCU other than its Black culture? I'm gonna go with Ms. McCray.
Okay, I absolutely love this question. I am legacy at Tennessee State University. Both of my parents are graduates, and I can say that the value of being at an HBCU is that you have people who care about you. So of course you get that Black experience, that cultural experience, but there are people here, my administrators, Miss Parr, who works in the front at Hale Hall, she talks to me like she's my auntie. These people actually care about you and want to see you succeed. That is the benefit of being at an HBCU. You have supporters on your back, people who don't even know you. The entire alumni association, they might not know our names exactly, but as Tennessee State University students, they are supporting us at all times. And I absolutely love that about being at an HBCU.
Thank you. Ms. Ringo, what is the value of an HBCU other than its Black culture?
So every time anyone hears about an HBCU, they think straight of the culture, but there's more than that. There's the resources, there's the connections you're gonna make, the experiences you're gonna have. At a Black college, everyone is looking out for everyone. It's like a community. So if someone hears about something, they're gonna tell you about it. Like if you wanna be a doctor and they hear about an internship opportunity, they're gonna relay you that message, because this is a big family, a community, and there's multiple resources and connections for you to have so that you can be successful. So that's like my main reason on why I chose an HBCU. So again, I'm Daisha Ringo, Bound to be your next Miss Freshman.
Thank you. Ms. Howard, what is the value of an HBCU other than its Black culture?
I believe that the value of an HBC other than a Black culture is just the people that you meet here. Anywhere you go, you know, you meet a bunch of people, but I just feel like everybody here is super nice. And that's why I love being here at this HBCU. And thank you.
Ms. Ridgway, what is the value of an HBCU other than its Black culture?
I feel that the values are everyone's family. There's no one that's been like put under the bus or put down or being judged for anything. And determination. Like Miss Linda Glover, she was determined to get us back on campus for our education, to build our careers and be successful. And there, from where I'm from, you're really, I'm not gonna say you're on your own, but you have to be set determination and you have to go for it yourself, seek out what you're looking for. And here, they're here to help you. They're not here to put you down or anything of that such. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Anaya, what is the value of an HBCU other than its Black culture?
I believe the values of an HBCU is kind of backing up what Micaiah said is the caringness of the entire HBCU and how you feel like a family, but also the Black excellence that you experience here as well. And you notice that everybody around you looks just like you, but also they have the same values and morals and ideas as you. For example, all the candidates on here are determined to win this position and make sure the student body is going to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Alaska, what is the value of an HBCU other than its Black culture?
So I would like to agree with Micaiah and Sanaya. It's definitely the support. Everyone here is very open arms. So like, for example, even with me, when I'm lost or I'm looking for something, it's always a faculty or even a student willing to help me find what I need to find. Or even if it's something that they don't know, they're going to go find it to make sure that I know. So it's definitely the support and open arms for me. It's like love and family all in one place.
Thank you. And Ms. Brooklyn, what is the value of an HBCU other than its Black culture?
Well, for me personally, like I knew that I wanted to attend an HBCU because I have attended a predominantly white school since I was in elementary school, and I knew I needed to change because everyone here is just like a family. It's like a home away from home. And I just think that is like everyone here wants to see you succeed. And it's nice to see other people that look like you succeeding and want to support you and want to help you out.
Thank you. And that would be the end of our freshman candidate debate. Miss Freshman, I'm sorry.
Awesome. So thank you everybody for sticking around this long. As you can see, we have had some amazing candidates. We have so much potential in this class of 25. So I'm super excited to see who wins. Couple of updates, guys. This week is not over. Tomorrow, the candidates will be able to campaign, but Wednesday, we will have a candidate showcase, so make sure you follow the TSU SEC page. That's where we'll be going live, and the candidates will be able to give their final cry for why you should help vote for them. So make sure you tune into that. A couple of important updates. I just want to make it very clear to anybody who's watching. This is an exciting week, but please use discretion of where you're getting your information. I do want to make it very clear that the official TSU 25 Instagram page is not an official TSU page. So please make sure you're practicing discretion when you're learning information about the candidates. We want to make sure this is as fair as possible. And we want to make it very clear that that has no connections with Tennessee State University. That is not the official TSU. If you want to find out more about the candidates, make sure you keep logging on to events like this. Make sure you log on to the candidate showcase on Wednesday to learn what the candidates are truly about. And make sure you follow the TSU SEC page. And I'll get back to the moderators.
Okay, thank you all for joining us tonight.
The debate is now over, but our freshman election week has only just begun. Tune in to the Student Election Commission Instagram page at TSU SEC to stay updated.
We want to say a huge thank you to President Dr. Glenda Glover. Thank you to Dr. Tobias Morgan and Sean Keys in the Office of Student Activities. And thank you so much to the Student Election Commission, Commission Chair Aubrey Sells, and Commission Co-Chair Tian Perry Jr.
Okay, that is the conclusion of this debate. So you guys have a nice night and have a great day.
Bye. Have a good night.
Good job, everyone.